Long-term relationships can come with so many challenges, from one partner cheating to the relationship feeling like it's so boring to wanting to quit because you want to try someone else. However, there are so many things you can put into your relationship that is going to make a long-term relationship really work. The first thing you can do is to be friends. Start from being casual friends. Now, how do you do that? Go out together, meet friends, socialize with family members. Just tell people that you are new friends and you're trying to see what the future holds. Do not talk about marriage. Do not talk about children, finances, and how you want to save. Give yourself about 3 months and see how this relationship looks like and feels like. If you don't see any positive vibes in this relationship, then it's just time for you to call it quits. You don't have to spend any longer than 6 months in a relationship that you don't see any future for it. According to Steve Harvey, you should be able to tell within 3 months that the relationship is going somewhere or not. This also means that by 3 months you've asked all the necessary questions like, what are your future plans? What do you hope to achieve in future? What type of woman are you looking for to settle down with? Are you planning to have children someday? This is not personal conversations. Do you have siblings? How many of them? How old are they? Do they look alike? Do they look like you? Who resembles your mom? Who resembles your dad? What have your parents been doing? How are you able to maintain yourself the way you have maintained? Talk casual, nothing personal. By the end of 3 months, you should now be able to start conversations that is going to be introducing you into a much longer term relationship. By the end of 3 months, you will know whether this person is meant for you or not meant for you. Once you've taken this person home and have introduced them to your family members, you give your family members time for them to think about whether they think this person is a nice person, a good match for you. Then you can go back to your family members and ask them, what do you think about this person that I'm dating? Do you think they are okay for me? Do you approve? Do you have any concerns? At this point, be ready to accept answers. Be ready to address them. Don't take things very personal. Remember, you know this individual much better than anybody else. And so if somebody thinks they are not a good match, ask why they think this person is not a good match. And then you also go ahead and share what makes you think this is a good match for you. It's now time for you to ask your partner questions like, how far do they see this friendship going? How far do they think this friendship is going to be going? Their answers or their responses will decide whether you have to hang on or you have to leave. And if they say something like, I want this relationship long term, then ask them, what does long term mean to you? You need the specific definitions, because long term to that person might be, let's hang out like a year and then call it quits, or let's do this for life. It just depends. So get specific definition. The other thing you have to take into consideration, if this person has agreed long term with you, and let's say they get a job that transfers them to the other side of the town, the other side of the world, ask yourself, are you ready to go? Are you willing to move out with this person? Are you ready to leave your family, your career, your job, everything else, and follow this person? These are things you talk about after 3 months, when you are pretty much certain that this relationship is going to go far. You must also talk about your future plans. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, next 10 years? What career do you hope to pursue if you are not in one already? Settling down is the best thing to do, but you would want to ask yourself if you are ready to do it with this particular person. You would want to go on trips together. Take a long trip and see how this person is going to do. Trips can be stressful, especially if they are long distance trips. It's going to bring out the best and the worst of the both of you. And then you can decide. These are hints that are going to help you decide, okay, this person is patient or very much impatient. Try it and see whether it's going to work for you or not. If you are someone who really must have children, and your partner doesn't like children, visit someone you know and see how your partner is going to react towards children. If they love children, then they are likely going to love your own children. Some people too might not like other people's kids. However, when they have their own, they do have patience and time to deal with children. You might want to see if this person is committed to taking care of kids or not. You can try getting a pet. something as small as a bird or a cat or even a dog, to see if this person is committed to doing something else apart from taking care of only themselves, or they are willing to take care of children if they should come into your life. With long-term relationships, there's 100% need for commitment. Commitment will decide how the other partner is going to respond to you. They must know that you are fully committed to them and not one foot in here and one foot the other way. You want them to know that no matter what, you are in there with them for the long haul. And so commitment is very essential. You can't hang on to your exes. By committing, you don't have to hold on to your exes or have conversations with your exes. Your ex is your ex. If they're gone, let them be. You have a new person right with you. Try and make this new relationship work. Honesty is also very important when it comes to relationship. It's one of the major and most important thing I would recommend. If you are not honest and your partner finds out something that you're lying to them, is going to affect your relationship in the long run. And so if you have some skeletons in your closet, you want to get rid of them. You don't have to explain yourself on everything. If you can just say, oh, I was in this relationship and it just did not work out, and so I decided to move on. If they insist, you can give them a summary of what happened, but do your best not to give them details that is going to cause them heartbreaks such that they wouldn't want to hang out with you or be with you long term. It doesn't mean you're lying, you're just not giving all of the information because they can be damaging. Even when the person says, I can take anything, you just want to sift the information you are giving out. They might want to know everything, but it might not help them at this moment. Over time, when you've come to see exactly who they are and how they handle conflicts, you can be open and then share as much as you think they can contain, but just be careful with sharing too much. Also remember to address problems as soon as they arise. Don't hold on to grudges. If you hold on to grudges, it's going to eat you up. It's going to eat up your relationship, and it cannot be a long-term relationship. So solve problems as soon as they arise. Address them and move on. Always listen to your partner or your spouse and see how their friends behave. If you like any of their friends, you can make them your friends as well. It's necessary to have mutual friends. That way you can have similar likes, similar things, and do things together. Doing things together also builds friendship and it helps relationships grow. Finally, let your partner know that you cherish them, you love them, and that this relationship means the world to you, and you will do anything to make it last forever by working on it. And if you've invested all the energy that you have invested in, even when the other partner is deciding or thinking of quitting, they might be asking questions, they might be having doubts as to whether they'll be able to ever find somebody like you. Relationships are always a work in progress, but they grow depending on how much effort you put into it, how much energy you put into it. If I have been able to do it, you will also be able to make it. Now, for our single friends looking for long-term relationship, I'm going to recommend finderseed.com. It's a dating site that my husband and I created. Everybody on there is looking for a long-term relationship. So why don't you sign up and check out finderseed.com. I will see you again in my next video. If you like this video, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, as well as give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you again in my next one. Thank you, have a blessed day, and I'll see you again same time, same place, and same space. And be well. Bye for now.